Hey Rievleys, I'm Amy Rievley, most of you know that. I am contacting you today. It's twofold. Number one, I am letting you know that I am nearing the end of my genealogy research for East Tennessee Rievleys. What this means to you is that I will be able to give you, I will be able to distribute it. And so this is what I need from you guys. Number one, I need to know how you would like it, or your vote on how you would like it. Would you, A, I can do USB, I can do B, a USB, or I could do C, do a book format. I know that Sybil has commented to me that she would like it in book format. And so let me just give you a little bit of, since I wrote the genealogy and the way that I did it, that I think a book would be really cool to just have it and it's all bound together. But on the other hand, I did it in a Word document, so when I would insert a letter, an old letter like from the 1800s, I mean, you can zoom in on a Word document and you can read word for word, which I did translate it for you, so you might not care to see it word for word, but I do. I have a hard time trusting that what somebody else put is gospel until I've read it myself and translated it myself. So that can be reassuring to you that I do have proof on all my work. But in a book format that is bound together, you would not be able to zoom in on that object and read word for word. It would just be there. So if you do it USB or CD, you would be able to, in that Word document, you could add on to it. You could add on your history, your kids, your, whatever. And I hope that you do. I hope that you take this and add on and continue to add on. I forgot where I was going with that. Anyways, you can have it on CD or USB and be able to look at it, add on. A book you cannot add on. It will be whatever information is in there, and you would not be able to get really close-up view of it. So if you would let me know which way that you and your family would like it, let me know. Shoot me an email, gilleran@hotmail.com. That's GILLERAN girl@hotmail.com. Or you can shoot me a message on Facebook, all you Facebookers, or call me, 865-384-2727. I am hoping to have this to you by Christmas time. Let me give you an idea of what I have. The way that I did it is I'd started on Ancestry 4 years ago, and I started with Mitchell Rievley, which is my grandfather, and I went back through the censuses from his father, then his father, then his father. Okay, so I got all the way back to the 1760s, and they are in Virginia. And when I got that far back, I finally met Sarah Rievley, and Sarah Rievley is a distant cousin of ours, and she and her brother Ralph actually wrote a Rievley book. They're from Texas, and he had studied all the Rievleys in Virginia. He had been there. He had several copies of newspapers and the exploits of the Rievleys in the papers there. And upon his passing, Sarah decided he had always wanted to connect the English Rievleys with England, and so she was able to visit England and visit the Rievleys there and get a whole slew of information on the Rievleys from Northumberland, England, including our coat of arms, our motto, all of that. And it is all included in this Word document I have. She was so gracious as to send me a CD with all of the information that she had ever accumulated, and then I sorted through all of that and was able to connect it to our Rievleys in East Tennessee. So after I received all that information, I just was not satisfied, and I actually wanted a story on each generation, starting with my papa, and then his father, and then his father, and his father. And crazy as it sounds, I do have a story on each one. I have newspaper articles. I have deeds. I have maps of where they are. I have books that were written on East Tennessee potters, which 3 of our Rievleys are in. They were potters back in the 1800s, early 1900s. And so I have a cool story on each generation back to Virginia and a little tiny bit of England. So I have maps from England. I have letters. I have Sarah tracked down a grandfather clock that is still in Rievley possession, I believe, in Texas. That was sent over during the American Revolutionary War from our Rievley that was left behind in England. He sent it to his family here. It is still in the family. And we have pictures of that. So anyways, I have a lot of cool stories that I cannot wait to share with you guys. And I just really want to know who all's interested. I am not going to waste my time in sending it to those who don't want to see it. So, share with cousins and aunts and uncles and pass on and pass on and pass on. Give me a shout as to how you would like to receive this. And I cannot wait to share all my goodies with you guys, okay? Hopefully I'll see you at Thanksgiving. Love you all.